What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And today I am going to be counting down my top final girls in the Halloween franchise. Let's dive into this bad boy. Alright, there's been a lot of final girls in the Halloween franchise. I mean, most of them have been the same character, but she was portrayed in a different way in each movie that she was in. So I think a Halloween final girl rankings is appropriate for the 31 Days of Myers. So without further ado, I'm going to go right into this. Number 10, I got Sarah from Halloween Resurrection. Worst final girl in the franchise. The movie's terrible. Her acting is terrible. She's always helpless. Oh, Deckard, I need help. Let me text him real quick. Just doesn't cut it in a Halloween movie. She stands up to Michael that one time with the chainsaw, yelling out them corny ass lines. This is for Jen. This is for all of them. Lame. Then she gets knocked over by an AV cart that lands on her leg and she's too weak to get it off. She has to be saved by Trick or Treat, motherfucker. My man Busta Rhymes. So for as final girls go in this franchise, Sarah gotta be the worst. And there's really not too much honestly to say about her. She's a terrible actress, terrible dialogue, terribly written character. So that's why Sarah is at number 10. Moving right along. Number 9, I have Laurie from Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's version. As a final girl goes, she does nothing really that a typical final girl does. She spends most of this movie whining and complaining that she's had a rough go of things and the world's out to get her and whatnot. I get it. She was chased and almost murdered by a serial killer. But come on, man. So was Annie, and you show no respect to her whatsoever. You're an ignorant bitch in this movie. I know you're traumatized. It's supposed to be focusing on the PTSD. But that's not a final girl. At all. No, it's not a final girl. I honestly couldn't stand her performance in this movie. I know a lot of people love it. I hated it. It's towards the bottom of the barrel for me on that. I mean, she does nothing heroic, screams a lot, imagines freaking, pumpkin people at the dinner table. Your final girl is not that delusional and freaking tripping that bad. So, Laurie from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 gotta go up towards the bottom of this list at number 9. Number 8, I'll give you a hint, guys. Billy is going to love you. Tina. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Final girls go, annoying as hell. Not the actress's fault, not Wendy Kaplan's fault at all. Not her fault. The way she was written, terrible. The only good thing she does is take a knife for Jamie. Other than that, she's just worried about getting laid and going to party with her friends. When she knows it's Halloween, she knows that Rachel died, she should be there for Jamie Lloyd, comforting her, making sure she's safe through that night, and then go party another night. But no, she got to party and then make up for her mistakes at the end of the movie. And yeah, she just, besides that one saving grace moment where she puts her life on the line, cannot stand they replace Rachel with this thing. So that's why Tina's at number 8. Number 7, Laurie from Rob Zombie's Halloween 2007. Kind of close to the middle of the pack. I like this version of Laurie better than the second version we got in Rob Zombie's movies. She isn't the typical Laurie from 78, but that's okay because this is Rob Zombie's movie. But she does put her life on the line for those kids. She makes sure those kids are safe. She's worried about them, trying to get them out of there so Michael doesn't do nothing to them. She does stab Michael in the shoulder in that basement, so that took some balls. And then she did the finale of the movie, which lasted extremely too long. I mean, she's running from Michael, but then at the end she just says, screw it, I'm tired of running. I'm tired of this shit. Michael tackles her off that balcony, and then she got the balls to pick up that gun and shoot Michael in the fucking face. Don't get more final than that. You think it's over. You think Michael ain't never coming back from a point-blank gunshot to the face. But she, like I said, she stood up. She wasn't as annoying as the Laurie from Halloween 2. She stood up for those kids, trying to protect them. She was a heck of a fun babysitter, which the Laurie was in the original. So this Laurie was a little bit watered down version of the Laurie from 78, but she's definitely higher up than the other final girls on this list. And that's why this Laurie's at number 7. Number 6, I have Kara from Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Yes, I know Tommy Doyle was a final dude, and he helped Kara escape. But I just liked Kara more than the people that came before her on this list. As an actress goes, she was okay. She wasn't terrible except for that one scene when Michael grabbed her and she's screaming, "Oh God! Oh God!" That part's annoying, and I guess maybe every actress has one of those bad scenes, but that was hers. But she cares about her son Danny, and when push comes to shove, she was willing to take on Michael Myers for her son and try. She was hitting him with the pipe and shit until he grabbed her, but she was willing to do that. She was standing up for her son, fighting the shape right there, giving it her all until he choked her out. But then she still was okay, made it out of there. I mean, she lived, so she's definitely a final girl for sure. She was kind of like the bookworm smart girl in this movie. Didn't believe it at first, and then obviously believed it as the movie went on. I mean, nothing really. So far, this list, there's nothing really too memorable about any of these. But if I had to put her somewhere, it'd have to be here, because the final girls that came before her just aren't very good. There's really not too much else to say about her, because that was kind of Tommy Doyle's movie. But I didn't do Final Guys because he's the only one in the franchise, Mr. Paul Rudd. So that's why Kara's at number 6. Number 5, I don't know how you guys are going to feel about this. Laurie from Halloween 2, 1981. The reason she's right here at number 5, she's in the hospital bed for the majority of the movie. She's not really doing anything. And then when she comes out to finally get out of the hospital and escape, I mean, she's limping around. She got blurry vision. So she's kind of a downgrade of what she was in the first one, but she's still attempting to get away from Michael. And yeah, I don't even know if she's a final girl in this movie, really, because she doesn't do anything. She doesn't really fight off the killer. She doesn't fight off Michael Myers. She relies on Dr. Loomis to get her out of there by freaking blowing himself up. That's obviously not her fault. That's the way Rick Rosenthal wrote this and directed this to go. But I do enjoy the little bit of Jamie Lee Curtis we do get in the movie. She's good as always. It's just obviously not as good as the first Halloween. She has less to do. But when push comes to shove, she's willing to run and hurt herself to escape Michael, because she don't want to die from her now brother. But like I said, she really didn't do anything. I just like her more than the ones that came before. This isn't like the Friday the 13th list, where those final girls are actually true final girls. This list just happens to be these are the last girl alive, and I figured I'd put them in a ranking for you guys. Number 4, I'm going with Laurie from Halloween 2018. You guys probably thought this would have been higher on my list. It wasn't. I don't mind the fact that she went all Sarah Connor and got the guns and the fortress and whatnot, but I think it was kind of extreme to live that way for 40 years like that. You think, okay, maybe for a little bit of time, but eventually you fade away from that and go back to your normal life, which she doesn't. But when push comes to shove and she's ready to fight this entire movie. She's ready to fight Michael. She got the guns ready to go. She knows which every gun is made for. This is tactical. This is for stopping power. She's planned for this night for 40 years. She got the traps all set up and shit. She got the gates coming down on the doors. I like the portrayal. She's kind of suicidal at the one point, but they cut that scene out of this movie. She drinks a lot of alcohol, but I mean, she's been living with that for 40 years, so I guess she'd be like that. But like I said, she's getting choked up against that door, shoots Michael's hand off. She freaking goes looking for him instead of the other way around. She was a badass in this movie, and that's why I definitely have her at the top of the list. Shock to you guys who thought, oh, there's a Halloween 2018 fanboy. No, I can put Halloween 2018 below other movies in the franchise in some categories. Come on. Number 3, Laurie from Halloween 1978. The original final girl, the Scream Queen, Jamie Lee Curtis, getting her first role and dominating it. Once again, fighting back against the boogeyman. After she fell down the steps and took that stab to the arm, runs across the street, stabs him in the neck with a knitting needle. Thinks she killed him, hides in the closet, pokes him in the eye with the coat hanger, stabs him with his knife. She's fighting for her life, and she's fighting for these children, Tommy and Lindsay, to get out of there. Putting her life on the line. She's getting choked by the shape, and she still ain't going down. Still ain't going down. Rips his mask off. This is a final girl right here. One of the original, one of the OGs. What other final girls want to be. Yes, there are better final girls that came after her, but she kind of started the final girl trope in these movies. And I appreciate what this character did. I mean, it's Laurie Strode going against Michael Myers. But I think with Halloween Kills and Ends, it's time for Laurie to time to bounce, I think. I don't know if a lot of fans are going to like that or not, but I think it's time. But I definitely got Laurie from the original 1978 at number 3. Coming in at number 2, Rachel, Halloween 4. The beloved Rachel. We miss you in Halloween 5. If she'd have been in Halloween 5 would have been amazing. It really would have been. But we got her in Halloween 4. We didn't like her at the beginning. She was a snobby bitch. Didn't want to be with Jamie. Wanted to be with her boyfriend and have a good time. But as push came to shove in this movie and Michael's coming for them, she's all about Jamie. Making sure she's safe. Fighting off Michael in any way that she can. Taking Jamie on her back on the roof scene. Intense shit right there. Risked her own life by falling off to get Jamie down there safely. Movie goes along. Rachel wakes up still worrying about Jamie. They get the save. Came back at the school. Saved Jamie again from Michael with the fire extinguisher. Go on the famous truck scene in that movie. Rachel got to take control. Shoves her all right out of that thing. Driving down the highway trying to get Michael off. Hits him with the car. Badass final girl. Action scenes, Rachel was in them. Rachel's above the other ones that were on this list so far. I know almost everybody loves Rachel. And I'm one of them as well. I wish she was in Halloween 5. I wish she didn't die. Wish we would get a some kind of reboot or something after Halloween 4 so that we could see where that story would go with Rachel being alive. Shout out to Fandom Empire. Sean over there and those boys. Haddonfield The Vanished. A follow-up to the original Halloween 4. Definitely go check out their Indiegogo. I will put it in the comment section below. Go support those guys. It looks like it's going to be a hell of a good time. He put out a teaser for it. It looks great. So go over there and support them. He's a great channel. He's a Halloween guy. Plenty of good Halloween content. Coming in at number 1 for me, Laurie, Halloween H2O. I know a lot of people don't like the movie. I love the movie. A lot of people don't like Michael. I love Michael. But I love Laurie in this one. Yes, she's an alcoholic. She's been going through PTSD. But not to the extreme as in Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. More realistic. She's tried the 12 steps, self-help, all that shit. when push comes to shove, and she sees Michael through that glass door one more time, after 20 years, kicks into gear. Get my kids out of there and go back and kill Michael's ass once and for all. And she breaks that glass and grabs the axe. Michael! Whew. You know it's gonna get intense. The third scene I wish lasted longer. I do. But it was a badass third scene. Third act, one of the best in the franchise. She grabs that axe and it's going for Michael. Freaking hits him in the shoulder with it. Fakes the closet scene again. Hits him with the freaking fire extinguisher. She ain't putting up with his shit this time. Goes and grabs some knives. Kicks him, knees him in the dick. And then the great scene hiding behind that curtain comes out. Woo, boo, 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 boo. Stabs Michael off the balcony. She is fighting and she is badass in this movie. And I don't care what anybody else thinks. Then she goes full loco. Steals that van. Hits Michael with it. Down the embankment against the tree. We all know what happens next. She had the balls to grab the axe and pull the trigger. Only person to ever kill Michael Myers. I mean, it got retconned, but we can just agree that that should have been the end. Yeah, we get it. Halloween 2 should have been the end. Halloween 1 we get it, but for fuck's sake, in this, that should have been the end. She was the only one to freaking stand up to him like that, and cut his damn head off, and kill his ass. So she had to be number 1 on this list. But let me know your guys' top final girls in the Halloween franchise. I'm sensing I'm going to see a lot of Rachel Carruthers on this list. But let me know in the comments below. Damn, this has been a fun 31 days of Myers. I'm going to keep going with these things until October's over. But definitely like, subscribe, and share this video so I can keep putting out awesome content for you guys, because I love doing this and I appreciate any feedback and anyone that takes the time out of their day to watch my stuff. So if you want to keep seeing mediocre, all this mediocre content coming to your screen, help me grow this channel and subscribe and share what I got to do. So, on that, have a scary day.